Edge Corner number 23, July 11th, 2023. The Minnesota Federal Reserve. This is a revisit of a column that I wrote in February of 2021 about the Minnesota Federal Reserve. I was on a national Zoom presentation on their series Racism in the Economy. This was the section on housing, and I wanted to find out what was happening in the federal level in the housing market and certain aspects of credit and so forth. So they had a segment on abolishing single-family zoning to allow anything residential to be built in any residential district. That is a focus of the Federal Reserve. Now, there are those who say, I'm sorry, the Federal Reserve is supposed to work with interest rates and employment levels and that type of thing, but they are focusing on other aspects as well. So what has happened in New York is the New York governor wanted to do that there, but there was so much pushback from the rest of the state that they decided, no, we're not going to do that. In California, however, that is pushing forward to allow any kind of residential, regardless of the zoning, so that enough housing units get built. That if that comes to Nashville, then neighborhoods will change. There was also a segment on Evanston, which is in Chicagoland, and their national model plan to pay long-term minority homeowners $25,000 per person as reparations for past housing discrimination. They were working on the renters program, and that is still being worked on. But that program to pay homeowners has started to be implemented in Evanston, and the question is, will it be implemented elsewhere, including cities like Nashville? Another segment proposed reforming the appraisal industry, root out racist practices such as considering the neighborhood and comparable properties, since the racism that produced false valuations there will taint the subject property's valuation. In the eyes of some at the Federal Reserve, a house has the same structural value regardless of the neighborhood and the bedroom and bathroom count. Mortgage reform was another topic. FICO scores are discriminatory and should not be used in evaluating an application. Reparations for past mortgage discrimination should be explored. Interest rates should be lower for poor credit risks than for good credit risks, since they have a harder time making payments. Do not tie borrowers' interest rate to potentially racist and judgmental factors such as neighborhood. The CMBS, Collateralized Mortgage-Backed Securities system, is racist because it makes racial judgments when deciding what mortgages to buy and where not to buy. Abolish utility and first and last month rent deposits. Reparations for environmental pollution damages, like the city dump in a poor neighborhood. Mandate sustainable construction practices. One thing that is making a big push in Nashville right now is reparations for environmental justice. In Nashville, the Bordeaux landfill, I-40, other similar, renovating the Edge Hill Whiteway dry cleaners and allowing toxic chemicals to get in the system with that renovation. So we'll see how those happen on a local basis. Make racial training part of the appraisal license course, and make neighborhoods allow the building of more houses. As I said at the beginning, allow anything residential to be built in any residential district. We'll see how this plays out nationally. We'll see how it plays out in Nashville. I'm Ed Branding.